I no lunch. I deport. I kill. I kill. Sir, you weigh 97 pounds. What are you going to do when somebody takes your tray in prison? And you got 70 years worth of that. And since she beat me in basketball, man, when I was coming down, I figured she was going to whoop me with the hand too, man. So that's what I did, man, when I was coming down. So it's established that you can't hoop. So tell me what you're going to do when them whoop you on the blacktop in prison. You can't beat nobody up. You ain't got no gun. What you going to do? What it do, people? It's your boy Jack Travis, man. We back for another episode of That Way with Jack Travis, man. Back with some crazy crime. I told you I'm going to keep it coming. It's unfortunate that I have such a endless stream, such a plethora of crazy crimes in which to pick from to bring to you all, man. But that just speaks to the level of depravity we have in the world, man. There's levels to this shit. And there are individuals out there that take it to extreme levels, bro. So for those of you that may not be in the know, you may live somewhere in Timbuktu or what have you, as long as they got internet, and you can come to That Way with Jack Travis page. I'm going to put you up on game, man. But here we go. I'm going to take you all to Virginia and Texas, respectively. We're going to jump right on into it, man. Target employee sentenced to 100 years for slaughtering co-worker over stolen lunch. Article published in about January 31st, 2024, 10:36 a.m. Goes on to say, a former Target worker from Virginia has been sentenced to a century in prison for stabbing and bludgeoning to death a colleague whom he accused of stealing his lunch. During his sentencing Tuesday, 25-year-old Bazin Berhe threatened to kill or hurt more people unless he was given the harshest possible punishment. Commonwealth's attorney Steve Descano said in the press release. A Fairfax County judge handed Berhe a 100-year prison term with 30 years suspended, so he will spend the next 70 years behind bars. Berhe, from Alexandria, West Virginia, was working at the Bailey Crossroads Target in April 2021. He ambushed 58-year-old store janitor Herman Leva and killed him with knives and a hammer. Berhe was charged with first-degree murder in the savage land, which he claimed was triggered by Leva stealing his food from the office fridge on April 14th. The disgruntled Target worker said he was upset by the alleged theft and spent the next few days plotting his homicidal revenge. The next day, Berhe bought a hammer and a pair of knives while leaving his shift at Target, and he told detectives he spent the following day training for murder, according to the press release. On the third day, April 17th, Berhe arrived at the Target employee parking lot and lay in wait for Leva. When the unsuspecting janitor showed up to work, Berhe charged at him with his arsenal of weapons, stabbing and beating him before running away. A short time later, Berhe returned to the parking lot and surrendered himself to police officers who were investigating the crime. Berhe immediately confessed to Leva's killing and pleaded guilty to first-degree murder in October 2023. Mr. Leva's unnecessary and tragic death leaves behind a grieving family and community, one that will never be the same after such a senseless act of violence, Descano said. In this case, because of the unique and self-proclaimed danger the defendant continues to pose to the community, today's sentence was a necessary outcome for maintaining public safety. Now, let me say this full disclaimer, like, nothing I say on here is to make light of anybody's death. You know what I'm saying? I know he got loved ones that don't take any of this as a joke, and I don't try to, I try not to laugh while I'm going through any of it, but I just got to speak on the craziness of the situation, man. So you're telling me, right? All right. So a lot of people was like, was it jollof rice? That may be racist as fuck. I don't know. I don't even really know what jollof rice is. I know it's associated with people of, I think, African descent. That's something that they eat. I've never had jollof rice. Get in the comments. Let me know if it's good or not. But, I'm saying, bro, like, over lunch, this sounds to me because, I read somewhere as a part of this story that the young man, Berhe, was having problems with the immigration service, the ICE people. So sound like they about to get his ass up out of here. And he's already plotting. Instead of going and filling out the proper papers. I guess maybe not have been, you hadn't done what it takes by you being on a visa. I don't really know how that worked. I had a chick one time that was from across the water somewhere. She wanted me to marry her one time. And I was interested in it, but they ain't give me my bread. So that's as far as I went with it. So I don't know how the process works. But I would imagine that there's some certain obligations in this that one needs to fulfill in order to keep your status as a whatever and get it converted to whatever. So, instead of going through any of those avenues, I guess his bright idea was like, shit, what can I do to stay over here? I'm going to kill this man because he stole my lunch. Now, maybe Berhe was hungry too. I don't know. I don't know if it doesn't say if they had any prior run-ins around this lunch in the refrigerator deal. I don't know that looked kind of stupid. Let me take that off. I just hold in my hand. I don't really know if it was any backstory, but I'm telling you, like, how do you kill somebody over lunch, bro? Now, I guess, granted, you're going to go and get 3 hots and a cot for 70 years. But you're also going to get, I don't know what you're going to get. I know what you're not going to get. And that's like access to the regular world, the females. But I guess niggas in prison got it good either. They nigga got a phone. They nigga be making rap groups and shit. Suge Knight got a damn podcast. They got more goddamn, and me not even know. Shout out Suge Knight. But like I said, niggas in jail apparently got this shit popping now. So cuz plan was, I'm going to kill dude and I'm going to go to prison and then I'm Gucci. And that's a horrible fucking out. That's not a good out, bro. Like, look at the guy. Like that. It's not a good out, man. Like, that's what's going on in Virginia, though, man. Again, it doesn't describe what type of lunch it was. I guess it has no bearing on this story whatsoever. But yeah, 100 years, man. 70 served and 30 suspended for killing this man. He went and bought a knife, 2 knives, and a hammer. He went and bought these items. He didn't even own these. I don't know what type of life he's living. And he practiced. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike just got him like a little dummy or something and set it up. And this nigga was like he was at the joust or some shit. You feel me? He practiced killing this man. And sat there. I was having a conversation about this shit the other day. And he sat there and like in all that time, you ain't think like, yeah, it's probably not a good idea, bro. Like, it's one thing, like, you could have just slapped him. Like, why didn't you just fight him? But again, from my perspective, his plan to stay in the United States and not have to be deported was to go to prison. And he picked that man to kill him. And he killed him in a crazy way and told the judge and them that if y'all let me out, I'm going to do it again. He wanted to make sure he stayed in prison, which is one of the weirdest. I guess it got to be hell on the immigrant, bro. I'm a black man in America. That's one thing. But shit, I guess somebody facing deportation issues, guess that's a whole nother beast, brother. But the crazy crime that we have here in America. Well, now, we have another one. We're going to move on to Texas. Dallas, to be exact, right? Now, I don't know what's up with this nigga right here, bro. Who is his people? If I was his people, I'd be so ashamed of this nigga. What do they make niggas like this at? So, headline reads, Asia's life was only worth 20 years. Family calls sentence for daughter's killer over losing basketball game a slap in the face. Published February 7, 2024, 2:11 p.m. Mr. David Harris. All right. A man agreed to a plea deal with Texas prosecutors that will put him in prison for 2 decades for killing a woman who beat him in a pickup basketball game. Let me repeat that. A man agreed to a plea deal with Texas prosecutors that will put him in prison for 2 decades for killing a woman who beat him in a pickup basketball game. And not only was she a woman, she definitely was a woman. She was a young woman. She was a girl. This was like a teenager. 21, I'm sorry, my bad. 21, but still, she, a 21-year-old female, and that's a baby. Cameron Hogg was set to go on trial on a murder charge in the death of 21-year-old Aisha Womack, but took the plea deal offered by Dallas County prosecutors. He'll plead guilty to murder on Thursday. It's a slap in the face because it's pretty much saying that Aisha's life was only worth 20 years. That's basically what they're saying. Womack's mother, Andrea Womack, told Fox affiliate KDFW. Dallas police officers responded to a shooting around 7:40 p.m. on October 3rd, 2022, in the 4100 block of Hamilton Avenue, where they found Womack suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Dallas Fire and Rescue took Womack to a hospital where she died. Womack's family previously told KDFW that Hogg was mad because she had beaten him in a pickup game at a park earlier in the day. After the game, Hogg took his children home and returned to the park with a gun where he shot Womack 5 times, including as she was falling down. Again, Hogg took his children home, returned to the park with a gun where he shot Womack 5 times, including as she was falling to the ground. Andrea Womack said prosecutors told her a plea deal was a possibility because he was claiming self-defense. She said his admission that he killed her daughter gives her some semblance of justice. She will have a chance to give a victim impact statement on Thursday. I forgive him, but at the same time, I want him to see the hurt. I just want him to see the hurt that's on my face, she said. You can't imagine what's in my heart just to be able to look at him and face him and get some closure. Aisha Womack played basketball at James Madison High School in Dallas. She liked hooping so much that her family broke up her obituary into 4 quarters, just like a basketball game. Aisha, affectionately known as Fat Baby, has a passion for basketball since an early age, stated her obituary. Aisha was designed like no other. Her gift was expressed through her love for basketball. She had a big heart filled with so much love, joy, and laughter. She had a smile that could brighten your day. Aisha was a member of Gospel Tabernacle Church under the pastoral leadership of Bishop David E. Martin. She was an active participant in the Generation Next ministry and the Youth Providence ministry. All right. So, who is his folks? Who is his folks? I'd be so ashamed of this lame ass nigga. This man got beat in a basketball game. And he was so hurt about it even after he took his kids home. He still came back and shot the girl, then he claimed in self-defense. I guess so. If she could whoop you in the game, she could probably whoop your ass with them hands. Dallas, take a huge L, bro. What? 5 times. A 21-year-old girl, bro. How could it be self-defense? How could you still be this mad, you lame ass nigga? Man, so how could his plea only be 20 years though? Who even gives him a plea? Like, you see the stark contrast. This guy killed this guy, he gets 100 years. This guy kills this young girl and gets a plea deal of 20 years. I think they both should have had 100. But it's a stark contrast, man, and that's why I chose to put the both of them in this episode. Wow, I heard at some point I heard that she was sitting about getting ready to watch a Pee Wee League football game. So I don't know if he killed her in front of people and all this, that, and the third. But that's horrible, man. That's horrible. And he only got 20 years, bro. Like I hope I ain't gonna say none of that on camera, but he got to be in there for 20 years, man. And if he around that area, old girl probably got some loved ones that may be also serving their debts to society alongside of him, and maybe they'll get a chance to interact with him. You know what I'm saying? But that's been that way with Jack Travis, Crazy Crime, man. Unfortunately, I have more to bring from y'all. I already got some more stories lined up, so that way with Jack Travis, man. Holla at your boy. Blah.